What's new? In Spain, Italy, and France, drought is affecting these nations, and they are implementing various methods to alleviate the water shortage for both residents and farmers. In Spain, there's a saying that in times of drought, trees chase after dogs. However, in L'Espluga de Francolí, the population is desperate for any sign of water. Like many villages across Spain, this municipality in the mountains of Catalonia has been under water restrictions since August of last year. The beginning of this year in Spain was the driest on record since the 1960s, with Catalonia and the southern region of Andalusia being the hardest hit. In response to the growing water scarcity, Spain has made significant investments, allocating a €12 billion program for water reuse, the construction of desalination plants, and the improvement of water infrastructure. Spanish Minister of the Environment in charge, Teresa Ribera, emphasized the need for structural solutions and ongoing investment when announcing the aid package last week. Additionally, several heat waves experienced in Spain and other parts of Europe during the summer have increased water evaporation while consumption has grown. According to the latest government statistics, reservoirs across Spain have dropped to 37% of their usual levels. Prayers, water containers, and transport vehicles. In L'Espluga, Father Antonio Rosario has even performed a special prayer dating back to the 18th century, pleading with the Lord to open the skies. However, his pleas have yet to receive an answer. City taps are shut off from 10 at night until 7 in the morning, making it impossible to carry out activities like cleaning, dishwashing, or showers. Since many Spaniards have late dinners, this impacts their lifestyle during the day. Residents of villages store water in bottles or buckets to have enough for their daily needs. Up to 10 tanker trucks, each carrying between 12,000 and 29,000 liters of water, provide relief to a locality where groundwater is depleting. Pep Morato, spokesperson for the L'Espluga de Francolí City Council, explained, "We've been under restrictions since August of last year. Although there have been no limits imposed on water supply for human use, the restrictions mean that agricultural irrigation will be largely prohibited, and a 25% reduction in water use for industrial and recreational purposes will be required." Currently, water reserves have decreased to 22%, just slightly more than in 2008, 20.5%. When water had to be brought in by ships to Barcelona to address the crisis. Constanza Saavedra, from the Climate Action Department of the Government of Catalonia, pointed out that, unlike the 2008 drought, there won't be a need to send water-bearing ships to Barcelona on this occasion. In comparison to the 2008 drought, we are producing more desalinated water, which is equivalent to having a full reservoir, she stated. Wastewater and digital technologies. In France, the government is developing a plan to increase the use of wastewater with the aim of reducing public water consumption. The French Minister of the Environment, Christophe Béchu, has warned that the water crisis has not yet been overcome. During a recent interview with the newspaper Libération, Béchu noted that, despite increased rainfall in some areas of the country during the summer, nearly two-thirds of the national aquifers are still below normal seasonal levels. According to his statements, 62% of underground water sources are below seasonal averages, and 18% are at very low levels. As a result of the drought, the government has designated 1,022 French municipalities as natural disaster areas. In most of these municipalities, the population relies on tanker trucks or bottled water because tap water is either not potable or has run out. The most affected areas are located in the Mediterranean basin, the Rhône Valley, and Brittany. In March, French President Emmanuel Macron introduced a €180 million water-saving plan with the goal of reducing consumption by 10% by 2030 and increasing wastewater reuse from 1% to 10%. This plan includes measures to repair leaks that cause the waste of 20% of the water supply each year. In Italy, farmers are turning to both traditional and modern techniques to preserve the production of staples like olive oil and prosecco. Last year, the country experienced its worst drought in the last 70 years, but for the year 2023, another scorching summer is anticipated, only interrupted by damaging hailstorms in the north. Andrea Ronca, who cultivates cereals on his family's farm in Mantua, northern Italy, uses satellite imagery to determine the areas of his land most affected by drought. "I can adjust irrigation at any time, even from my smartphone, avoiding any waste," Ronca told Reuters. The percentage of farmland using digital technologies increased to 8% in 2022, compared to 6% the previous year. Furthermore, spending on technology by farmers and governments has significantly grown, reaching €2.1 billion, in contrast to a mere €100 million in 2017, according to data from the Smart Agri-Food Observatory of the Polytechnic University of Milan and the University of Brescia. In viticulture, producers use sensors to monitor air and soil conditions, measuring temperature and leaf evaporation. This helps make vineyards more resistant to drought. Simone Rech, who produces around 250,000 bottles of Prosecco sparkling wine in Treviso, near Venice, stated that rainwater and wastewater from the winery's cleaning process are collected, purified, and reused. Feel free to comment on the news, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. If you find it necessary, you can share this video on your social media platforms.